I've written over 500 cold emails and 90% of them failed. Today, I'm gonna show you the top 5 angles that actually get replies. And if you're still pitching like everyone else after this video, that's on you. Quick background about myself, my name is Luis Ortega, founder of Excel Marketing. We send cold emails for B2B businesses to generate leads and book them sales meeting. So let's get right into the video. So I have 3 main parts that I have prepared, breaking down the exact cold email script, what you should avoid, and the top 5 angles that you should try. So with the cold email script, there's a lot of ways you can write a cold email, right? There's no rules. You can write whatever you want, but there are basic principles and basic things that we can dissect when writing a cold email, starting with the subject line. So my main key takeaways for you is keep it relevant, don't reveal too much, and avoid using first name. Because let me ask you a question. When was the last time you received an actual important cold email that involves your first name on it? Actually, never. Like this is just a principle that cold emailers like me used before, but now it's getting way saturated and no one mention it unless they're selling something to you. Like what is the topic about? It's not Luis. So some of the examples that I gave here is, for example, tax problems for Excello marketing, or company X Excello intro, for example, right? Whatever the offer is, you have to stay relevant to that, say some keywords, pique some interest. Like, would this person open this email if they see the subject line? And then the next part is the first line. So this is usually where we state why we're reaching out, and this is where a prospect decide if this is worth reading or not. So an example that I have here is, hey Jeremy, I know you get a lot of these emails, so I'll keep it short. Just imagine, for example, if a company is in the SaaS space, for example, or whatever marketing agency, for example, they get a lot of these cold emails getting pitched by YouTube services, etc., etc. So if you know that they're already receiving that, then mention it already, so that you're standing out from the crowd. Because instead of you saying, hey, I noticed that X, hey, I saw your Y, right? They're doing the same thing. So you have to stand out. Next, the body. This is usually where you explain your offer and why this is relevant to the prospect. So for example, reason for reaching out is because we help M&A firms connect with SMBs in the local services space who are looking to exit their business, for example. This is me reaching out to an M&A firm that is looking to buy businesses, so that, or help businesses that are looking to sell and then charge a fee, right? And the key here is being direct and exact. What are we trying to reach out? What are we trying to provide as a service here? The more detailed and the more specific you are, the better the chances are. Next, call to action, or CTA. The main takeaway that you should understand here is make it easy for them to respond to, and make this something that is not a huge commitment for them. Like, you're a stranger. You just reach out to them. Why are you asking a stranger to marry you immediately, right? Take them out on a date first. That's the analogy, right? So for example, if we can help you achieve the same for company, would you be interested in speaking? Let's say I'm connecting this to this, right? And then lastly, the signature. The common process here is no links. Use dot instead of dot, so that there would be no links if you want to attach your website, and make it legit as possible. If you can even add like an address here or something, use it. But don't add any images, okay? That's when sending cold emails. Now, the next part, what you should avoid. First is sounding like everybody else. What I mentioned earlier. I noticed your ex. I saw on your LinkedIn that your ex. That's the common personalization that people use. So just imagine how many people are saying the same thing to them. And then lastly, don't request a huge commitment upfront. Like, why are you selling upfront? Like, are they even interested in what you're offering? Is this something even relevant to them? You got to answer those first and make it easy for them, because this is just the first conversation. The goal of the cold email is to proceed with the next step, so that you can book a meeting, figure out what their needs are, do the discovery call. Do they even have this problem? Are they even good fit for you? So that's the main purpose of that. Don't request a huge commitment up front. And then the last part, the moment that you've all been waiting for. Here are the top 5 angles that you should try that I recommend you do. Okay? The first is the one-liner. This is stating your offer up front and why this is relevant to them. So for example, This is just a full email. Imagine, hey Louis, if we can help you spot missed deductions or elections that are still fully compliant, would you be interested in speaking? This is, imagine you are an accountant and you're reaching out to businesses. Maybe they haven't considered some sort of deduction or tax deductions that they can still get, right? So business owners would be interested in saving money from tax, right? Getting tax deduction. So this would definitely work. Next, icebreaker. They have received hundreds of cold email at this point. So now you come in and address it immediately. I'll keep this short since cold email aren't exactly fun to read. Or maybe the other one. I gave you an example earlier where I know you get a lot of these emails, so I'll keep it short. You know, that's an icebreaker because you're already addressing that. Hey, I know. Here we go again. Let's get straight to the point. It won't sound fake because now you're being direct to them. You know. Next, are you the right person? Since you're reaching out to the company, they would either be the right person that you're reaching out to or connect you to the right person. This is better because this is we're trying to go to a company. Hey, are you the right person for this? Yeah, because we're trying to reach out about this problem, specific problem. So we're not coming off as salesy. Is the way to this, right? Are you the right person to speak about potential exit options for company? Let's say imagine if the M&A firm became our client. This is an email that we would write for them. And then, by the way, the angle is not the whole email. You have to tie it up front. Like, okay, why is this relevant to me? Then you explain why your offer is, which is the part where I explain the body. You gotta add the body here, okay? Just to be clear. Next, question on X. You're trying to ask a non-salesy question that would lead them to answer if they need your services or not. Meaning, you could ask certain questions, but for example, hey, do you need SEO services right now? Like, of course no. You're gonna sell me something. So, like you gotta position it, you gotta frame it in a way where it's a natural sounding problem that occurred to their business. And hey, have you fixed this already or something, right? So, for example, in lead generation, hey Louis, are you guys still accepting new leads who are looking to sell their businesses? For example, if they're an M&A firm, right? And then lastly, this is a cold email. So just imagine, right? They've been receiving a ton of cold email that is faking the personalization. So instead of faking the personalization, just admit that you're doing the cold email up front. This would shock them. I'll be honest, this is a cold email, but this is why I'm reaching out, right? This is a test that you could do because if you become upfront with them, this is something that would stand out from the crowd. Instead of the AI personalization, just admit that you're doing cold email. And hey, they might even respond if this is a yes or no. At least you've made it upfront with them that this is a cold email. And now, the best thing that you gotta do here is not follow a single one of them, but test them all out. See what works and decide from there. Because all of this is just a guide. All of this is just a guide. For you to understand what really works here, you got to test it out for your own market. We sell different things. I sell lead generation, some sell IT services, some people sell financial services. So you got to test them in your own market. And whatever works, the main rule of thumb there is focus on what works and double it down. Double down on it. For example, what really works for me is the icebreaker, for example. Then I would find more variations of this, create new angles that are related to the icebreaker, test something new, and see what really works here. To end this video, I want to mention one of the quotes from Eric Nowoslowski. He said that imagine what a spammer would do and how can you do the opposite of it. Even with me, when I'm writing, even I'm a cold email agency, I have to think from a lens where I gotta stand out from my competition. I gotta know how they write so I can avoid it immediately, avoid it completely, and write something else. I'm not a popular YouTuber, so whoever the less than 100 views that I'm getting who are watching this YouTube, apply it, try it for your own. We are the selected few who knows about this stuff. So good luck, and please subscribe if you're enjoying this video. Thank you so much. Peace.